This video is sponsored by Noregon, the commercial vehicle data experts. Visit Noregon.com to learn more.
Okay, it looks like we have an F650 with an engine light on. The info is pretty thin. Any idea what it means?
It's like we're in a delete situation now. Well, I know it could be a number of things.
Oh, come on. What now? I have no idea what you're saying.
What do you mean you don't know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, I don't understand what you're saying. It just sounds like, I don't know, sounds, not your voice. Hold on a minute. I have your controls. Data JSON controls right here. Maybe there's a setting that'll make you speak normal now. Nah, how about this one? Ooh, okay. We're getting closer. Can you understand me now? Yes, yeah, I understand. What was that all about? I don't know, I think you had my settings on heavy duty, but now we're talking about medium duty service problems. So, medium duty and heavy duty communicate differently, and without the right equipment and information, it can turn into a lot of guesswork, and our technicians end up making a lot of assumptions. Okay, well, we definitely need to understand medium duty problems as well as we do with the heavy duty, so how do we do that? Glad you asked. Who better to turn to than our in-house Noregon Pro?
It's definitely challenging for sure, right? So, educating technicians on the different ways that these trucks communicate is hard enough. And then you throw components from these two types of trucks on one truck mixed together, and things get real interesting. First of all, you may have two diagnostic connectors on the truck, right? Which connector does the tech use? What components are being diagnosed? Are they light duty components or are they heavy duty components? There's some fundamental differences in how these things communicate. So heavy duty trucks and their components, they're what I like to call loud on the data bus. And pretty much these ECUs are broadcasting information all the time, and that's what JPRO does, is listen to all that information. Because they're broadcasting constantly, you kind of sometimes have to request for them to shut up. And then you have to do request information, when they shut up, because you told them to shut up. You might have to do something like ask to identify yourself. And every OE is a little different, even though that there's an SE standard that we are all supposed to be using. It's kind of up to interpretation, and it really only serves for basic needs. If you're looking for proprietary information or tests, things get more complicated. And even though they're all using the same communication networks, most choose to use those networks a little bit differently, and they are using different protocols. So it's very interesting on the heavy duty side, and it gets even more different on the light duty side. On the light duty side of stuff, the data is on request only, and it's all packetized, real nice and neat, or fairly nice and neat. In light duty, you connect to the OBD2, and you'll talk to the cab, body controllers, potentially brakes and transmission a little bit. If you want to talk to an engine, say a Cummins or a Caterpillar engine in one of these light duty, medium duty trucks, well, you're going to want to connect to the 9-pin connector. But in these cases, not all the information shows up on both connectors at the same time. And this is, like I said, true for most of the older trucks. In some of the newer trucks, you run into the same types of scenarios, but you may have information that shows up in both connectors. But when you go to do certain things, like run a test, you have to be connected to the correct connector on the truck to get that test to run. So if you're going to try to run, for example, a cylinder cutout on a light duty truck, you've got to be connected to the right connector. Sometimes it's on the 9-pin and sometimes it's on the OBD2. It's very confusing. It's a difficult area to work in for technicians. Every day you learn something new.
Well, that was a big help. Yeah, for sure. And speaking of help, we're going to be getting you more help down here in the shop. Finally, I've been overloaded for months, but where are we finding the techs? We'll talk more about that next time. Thanks for watching.